Hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. Let's do this reading. This reading name is The Ecological Importance of Bees. The ecological importance of bees. Now I am trying to understand the meaning of this reading title, and this reading was part of IELTS exam in Bangladesh. Some students had reported me on comment section. So that's why I'm doing it. This can be part of next IELTS exam in India or maybe in other countries also. So we can do this as a practice. So do practice with me. First of all, I would request you do practice with me. Just pause the screen when I am solving my question. You just try to find answer before me. And after that, you can try to match. If some mismatching of answers are there, then please do let me know and you can try to solve your question again. It may be possible that I may also get wrong answer. That doesn't matter. So logic should be there in solving this. Okay. So here first type of question I can see here list of headings are there, and next type of question definitely I would like to see fill in the blanks are there, and last type of question is also there. So you can understand what type of question are there. If you can understand the instructions, definitely you would answer me in the comment section what type of question is this. Okay, so I will not try to read any paragraph before starting the questions. Definitely I have understood that within next 20 minutes or 18 minutes I will be reading about, I will be getting knowledge about bees, importance of bees. So I will not try to read anything. So first I will start my reading from list of heading, and it's important you should understand the instructions before starting your list of heading. Reading passage has 7 paragraphs A to G. Choose the correct heading for paragraphs A, B, C, D and F. Where is C? C is missing. Write the correct number 1 to 8 in boxes 1 to 5. So many students, they will not read this instruction, and in that way when you will reach to C number paragraph for finding the headings, definitely you will be wasting your time. How? Because already they have given answer for paragraph C. It is the 7 number. If you do not read the instructions, definitely your 2 or 3 minutes will be wasted for finding a heading for this. Okay, so that's important. You should understand, try that it is important to understand the meaning or these instructions, if we can say. Let's do list of heading. So if you are new or beginner to this IELTS reading, list of heading, how we can do it? First I will read all headings within 30-40 seconds, so that we can understand its meaning as well as 1 or 2 keywords we will select. Then turn wise we will go to number 1A number paragraph. After reading 2-3 sentences, we will try to find any heading if it is matching. If it is not matching anything, then further also we can read the paragraph, and if it is confusing one like A paragraph, sometimes it is confusing, you can't select the things, then leave this paragraph, come to B number paragraph. Okay, let's read it. Yes, parallels between bee and human activity. Some parallels. Now if uh, parallels you can understand like parallel, some similarities, so some comparison may be there between bee and human activities. Okay, some relations you can say. And evolutionary means some change kind of thing, turning point. It was turning point. Lack of total cooperation. Okay, so cooperation as well as some lack of total cooperation. And the preservation you can understand of individual plant species. Okay, so preservation related words may be there, or same preservation word may be there. The commercial value of bees. Commercial, now it is important, commercial value of means some uh, commercial, it means some monetary value of trees they may be discussing in any paragraph. Okay, the structure of flowering plants, it means structure here means like body of flowering plants and all, means description of plants and its parts and all. The pursuit of self interest, the need for further research means like some experiment kind of thing, maybe they may be talking about. So I have read all the headings. I have tried to understand the meaning as well as the keywords. Now we will read first paragraph. Yes, before reading a number paragraph. If you like this video at the end, please hype this video for me. That's I need it only. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. If you want to like it, please like it. If you want to give good comment on my channel, thank you so much in advance. Let's do this a number paragraph. Let's read. Sometime in the early Cretaceous period of the Earth's history, hunting wasps of a certain type became bees by adopting a vegetarian diet. Sometimes in the early this period of the Earth's history, hunting wasps of a certain type became bees by adopting a vegetarian diet. Okay, they began to rely more and more on the pollen of plants as a source of protein for themselves and their offspring. Okay, as an alternative to insects. Okay, as an alternative to insects, some other thing they have adopted. Okay, in so doing they accidentally transported pollen on their bodies to other plants of the same species, bringing about pollination. Okay, sometimes in the early historical means early period they are talking, and the stage was thus set for a succession of even closer mutual adaptations of bees and flowering plants. Okay, let's read option if something is matching. Parallels between bee and human activities. Human activities, they are not talking in this paragraph. Okay, evolutionary turning point. Turning point, some changing turning point. So change, I can match alternative. Evolutionary means some change kind of thing. Something change had happened in that. But yes, I am not convinced to get this point. A lack of total cooperation. Cooperation is also not there. Preservation of individual plant species is also not there. Commercial value, I can't see any commercial value kind of thing. The structure of flowering plant word is there. The stage was thus set for a succession of even closer mutual adaptations of bees and other flowering plants. Begin to reward bees for their unwitting role in their reproduction. Something different they are talking. The pursuit of self-interest, the need for further research. And C number 7, we will cut it from our list of options. Okay, because already they have used it for C number paragraph. So I will leave this first number. In particular, flower plants begin to reward bees for their unwitting role in their reproduction by providing richer source of pollen and other source of. Okay, I will leave this A number paragraph because sometimes it is difficult to get idea about first paragraph. Okay, now coming to second B number paragraph. Today, now B paragraph I'm reading. Today about 15% of our diet consists of crops which are pollinated by bees. Okay, the meat and other animals are, human being is also there, consist of crops which are pollinated by bees. The meat and other animal products we consume, we again is there, so it means they are talking about human activities maybe. The and account forage crops and account for another 15%. It follows that around 1/3 of our food is directly or indirectly dependent on the pollinating services of bees. Okay, on a global basis. So some money kind of thing I can see over here. Let's uh, try to parallels between bee and human activities. Some relation between bee and human activities, but human activities I can't see over human activities. We consume ultimately derived from bee pollinated forage crops account for another 15%. It follows that around 1/3 of our food is directly indirectly dependent on the. Okay, on a global basis. Let's read this also. From here to here, I can see value word is also here. Value is also here. Let's read. On a global basis, the annual value of agriculture, value word again here. Agriculture crops dependent on the pollination services is estimated at this much of this pollination is due to honeybees. Okay, and in monetary terms, it exceeds the value of annual honeybees crop by a factor of 50. Okay, so fifth number, the commercial value of bees. Again, they are talking agriculture value due to bees. They are talking commercial value of bees as well as what I was telling. First number, parallels between bee and human activities. Relation between bee and human activity directly it is not. So they have given 15% today, about approximately they are talking. So if you ask me, then clearly it is given this, from here to here it is given commercial value of bees. I will select this B number with fifth number with B number paragraph, fifth number. Okay, now coming to C number. But the C number again, if I start reading C number paragraph, then I will be wasting my time. So no, I will not read this C number paragraph. Now let's see D number paragraph. This sounds remarkably like the ideas of 18th century economist Adam Smith. In his book The Wealth of Nations, Smith postulated that in human society the competitive interaction of different economic units eventually resulted in a balanced and harmonious society. Okay, one might predict, therefore, economics would find relationship between bees and plants of some interest. Relationship between parallels between bee and human activities. In initial lines, they are talking about human being only. One might predict, therefore, economists would find relationships between bees and plants of some interest. This is the case in Israel, okay, where economists are collaborating with botanists and ito in a long-term study of pollination biology of the native flora in an attempt to understand the dynamics of the communities of bees and plants. So here they are talking about communities of bees and plants. Are they talking about total cooperation? Is also not there. Preservation of individual plant species is also not there. This we have selected fifth number. The structure of flowering plant, it is also not there. Self-interest, seventh is gone. The need for further research, no. So we will select first number for uh, D number paragraph. Okay, so here I will just mark it here, first number for D number. Okay, let's read E number. This sort of study is more than passing academic interest. It is important that authorities understand the dynamic relationship between plants and their pollination. Here also relationship they are talking. This is especially true when devising conservation policies, the preservation of individual plants. Conservation means preservation. But are they talking about individual plant species? That we need to find. A good example comes from the forest of tropical South America. Okay, let's move the screen. Okay, here they are talking about one example. Here, all rainforest, there is a high diversity of tree species. Species word is also there. There may be more than 120 per acre. Given in acre, there may be only one or two individuals of any one species. There these trees are pollinated by, so I will not read further. Definitely they are talking about preservation of individual plant species. It means that will come with E number paragraph, fourth number. Okay, now F number paragraph. Now let's read an issue of current concern in tropical forest. Again conservation word is there, then we should be like again in E paragraph it was clear that they were talking about individual plant species conservation. An issue of current concern in tropical forest conservation is that of trying to estimate the minimum sustainable size of islands of forest reserve in areas. Okay, something different they are talking here. They are talking about reserve area, forest area where large scale felling is taking place. There is much discussion on seed dispersal distances. Okay, but this is only one half of the equation. So more, so far as the reproduction of trees is concerned, there is another question that must be addressed in order to calculate whether proposed forest reserves are close enough to the nearest tract of forest. What is the flight range of distance foragers? We need to know much more about bees and their relationship with plants, and this question can be answered. Okay, first, in the first part of the paragraph they are talking about some concern that tropical forests are getting trees are falling down, means they are cutting it, people are cutting. And another question, uh, proposed forest reserves are close enough to nearest large tract of forest. What is the flight range? So something they are talking about. Last sentence is saying we need to know much more about bees and their relationship. Okay, we need to know. Okay, it means they are not talking about this. We have selected evolutionary turning point is also not there. Commercial value, structure of flowering plant. The need for further research. Here it is given, we need to know much more. It means research, we need to do it. Okay, that's why eighth number will come with this last one. And let's read A number paragraph again. So A number paragraph, I will be reading it again. I think now I will be having more clear idea about A number paragraph. Sometime in the early this period of Earth history, hunting wasp of a certain type became bees by adopting a vegetarian diet. Okay, they began to rely more on the pollen of plants as a source of protein for themselves and their offspring as an alternative to insects. Some alternative to insects, they have adopted vegetarian diet with pollen of plants and all. In so doing, they accidentally transported. Okay, accidentally here means now turning point is there, an evolutionary turning point, because rest of all, if you try to match headings, nothing will match with this paragraph. uh, First, parallels between bee and human activities, they are not talking. Lack of total cooperation is also not there. Preservation of individual plant species is also not there. Commercial value of bees not there. Structure of traveling plants, nothing is there. Only this will match. And they accidentally transported pollen on their bodies. It means evolutionary turning point, something had happened by accidentally. So a paragraph will come with second number. Now let's do fill in the blanks. Let's do this fill in the blanks. It's important to read instructions. Complete the sentences below. Okay, choose no more than two words and or a number. So here we can use one word also, we can use two words also, and or a number may come. Okay, so but nowadays trend in IELTS exam is only one word will come and or a number can come. So that doesn't matter. This may be old version of reading. So I am trying to help you how we can solve the reading and how we can get correct answer. So yes, let's read question number 6. Hunting wasp. Okay, hunting wasp. See this? It is in first paragraph. Of course, all headings we have done, means full passage we have gone through. So it means uh, from where next question location will start. Definitely from the first paragraph. And when we were reading these paragraphs, so definitely this kind of like underline or circle the things, you can do it so that I can get the location of next question easily. Hunting was is the keyword, used to feed on other rather than on vegetation. Okay, so like hunting wasp, I have got it. What they used to feed on other rather than on vegetation. Okay, used to means in early days, means in history or in past. What used to feed on other dash rather than on vegetation. So vegetation, vegetarian diet is there. Let's read it. We know uh, they have adopted vegetarian diet rather than, here there was something to, yeah, rather than to insects. See this, I will just tell you, because we have read this paragraph twice, that's why I remember. Hunting wasp as a certain type became bees by adopting a vegetarian diet. See this, vegetarian diet. They began to rely more and more on the pollens of plants as a source of protein for themselves and their offspring as an alternative to insects. Used to feed on other insects rather than on vegetation. So insects will come here. So yes, here trick did not work, because here we need to understand the sentence structure. So here if you ask me the reading tips and tricks, I always say focus on the words before and after the blank. But here these two words were not matching. Okay, but we have understood from one sentence structure we have got the answer. Now seventh, flowering plants started to reward bees with rich pollen and additional food in the form of dash. Okay, reward kind of thing. Let's find flowering plants also, and of course pollen. The stage was set for a succession of even closer mutual, where we have got the location of 6. After that we will start reading. So stage was then being flowering plants, here it is. Okay, and started to reward bees, word is also here. Okay, let's read this sentence structure. In particular, flowers began to reward bees for their unwitting role in the reproduction of providing rich sources of pollen, and another source of nutrition, nectar. Okay, yeah, another is additional food in the form of another. So and structure is also there. Instead of another, they have used additional food in the form of source of nutrition, nectar. No, so additional form in the form of what will come, nutrition or nectar? So nectar will come, nutrition, nectar. Another in the form of nectar will come, not nutrition. Now eighth question. Let's do eighth question. Approximately word. Yeah, definitely you may not get this approximately. So synonyms will come out. If you remember task 1, writing task 1 vocabulary, then definitely you can easily find this word. So approximately means definitely some figure may be there. Of human food production relies on the activities of bees. Okay, so this A paragraph is done. Let's read. Today about, yes, about means approximately, about, around, like these words are used for not confirmed figures. 15% of our diet consists of crops which are pollinated by bees. Here they are saying on the activities of bees. Okay, the meat and other animal products we consume are ultimately derived from bee pollinated forage and another 15%. It follows that around word is there of our food, around one third it is also given, approximately dash of human food production of our food is directly or indirectly dependent means relies on the pollinating services of bees. It means answer will be one third, because they have started the sentence with approximately means around, means synonym. Okay, one third of human food production they have given. So try to understand their paraphrasing skills. Okay, so now ninth number. If the process of dash is to take place effectively, bees need to travel from one flower to another before going back to the nest. Okay, travel word I will just mark it, and nest also. Let's find this nest, travel, and they may use another words also. Let's find travel. Okay, on the global basis, the annual value of agriculture crops dependent on the pollination services of bees is estimated of this much. Of this exceeds the, so here no nest and travel kind of thing. Let's move to next paragraph. So C paragraph, I am looking for nest and travel. Where I will get nest word, definitely I will stop over there and then I will try to read. Nothing is there. Just a minute. So I'm saturated nest in this paragraph. Nest. Let's read it thoroughly, slowly. Nectar and species which depends on Negive, it must provide nectar to satisfy. Okay. If I'm not getting this answer, then definitely I will go to next question. The both flowers be corporate retailer track discriminating. Each flower has to juggle the cost of benefit by color, scent. No, it must provide nectar to attract the interest. Visit. Visit is also there. Okay. Rather than visiting. Okay. So let's move to next one. Uh, because I will be wasting time if I look for nest, because I am not getting nest word. Again, I will read it. Discriminating consumer by color, scent, nectar, pollination, which depends on it must provide sufficient to attract interest. One visit. Nothing, no. Nest, no. Okay, so next word is not here. Maybe next lines. So bees need, I'm reading next one. Bees need to balance the dash of each trip against. So this word I have just calorific rewards they obtain. Calorific. Yeah, calorific. See this? Rewards means profit. It means answer will be just above. Ninth number. Let's find this 10th number first. Bees need to balance the dash of each trip against the bee, on the other hand, is out to get maximum amount of pollen and nectar. It must access the quality and quantity of rewards which are on offer and juggle its energy cost. Uh, okay, it must assess the quality and quantity of rewards which are on offer and juggle its energy cost so that it makes calorific profit on each foraging trip. Trip is also there, need to balance the energy cost will come. See this? So that it makes a calorific profit. Okay. There are 120 different 120 word I have read it in next paragraph. So let's find this ninth number also. Uh, yes. So 10th is here. It means ninth will be here only. Just a minute. Sorry. Next word is here. See this? It was in front of my eyes and calorific profit was here. 10th location is here, ninth location is here. So let's read it. If the process of dash is to take place effectively, bees need to travel. Okay. Next word is here. Let's read it. Each flower has to juggle the cost and benefits of investing in advertising by color and scent and providing rewards, nectar and pollen, which depends on cross pollution. Pollination is on the knife edge. It must provide sufficient nectar to attract the interest of bee. Okay. If the process of cross pollination is to take place effectively. See this full sentence, you can read it. Depends on cross pollination is on knife edge. Knife edge here means is to take place effectively. So indirectly they are talking like that. And before going to the nest, but not enough to satisfy all of its need in one visit. A satiated bee would return to its nest rather than visit another flower. So this is the thing they are talking in ninth number. So 120, as I was talking you. So I was telling you 120 in one paragraph I have read. 120 figure is here. There can be over 120 different dash in an acre of rainforest. Okay. So rainforest word is here. Here, as in all rainforest, there is a high diversity of tree species. There may be more than 120 per acre. What? But in a given acre, there may be only one or two individual of any species. Okay. So here they are saying there can be over 120 different. Per acre definitely will not come. Different in an acre of acre already. Word is there of rainforest. What can be different? So here it is given there is a high diversity of tree species. So 120 tree species per acre they are talking. So here tree species will come here. Okay. So this is tree species. Okay. Till 12th question. The bees that pollinate large forests regularly practice an activity known as. So known as word is definitely it is easy to find. So we can get the word known as, we can get the word defined as, we can get the word called as. So cold word I can see here. So let's read it. There is evidence that certain types of bees learn the um, distribution of these scattered trees and forage regularly along the same routes. This is called trap lining, and the bees that pollinate large forests regularly practice an activity known as. Okay, so this is called trap lining, and the bees forage up to 23 kilometers from their nest. Nest word here was also there. So here known as means trap lining word will come in 12th number. So this last question, as you can understand, this is multiple choice question. Choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. Write the correct letter in box 13 on your answer sheet. What is the best title for reading passage? Definitely, uh, here we will not read full paragraph, passage again. Whatever we have understood from the passage, we can guess it out. In fact, on the basis of our reading, understanding of this passage, we can guess. What is the best title for reading passage? The ecological importance of bees. Definitely, this was the title name also. The evolutionary history of bees. No, only alone history they are not talking. The social behavior of bees. This is also not given. The geographical distribution of bees. This is also not given. So we can select. So these two things were not discussed uh, in this passage. Only geographical location one example they have given, but full passage was not about that. So we can select this ecological importance of bees as the answer, A number.